So on all fours, bring your right knee towards your right wrist. Okay? And let your foot go just in front of your left thigh. Now we want to set up the alignment of this pose as carefully as we would any other pose. Pressing down with your left toes, make sure that the left knee is lifted off the floor, that your pelvis is suspended. And then with your pelvis suspended, there are a couple of important actions. Like tree pose, we want the pelvis neutral, so we need to slightly roll this back hip forward and slightly pin this front hip back. Basically, from the ceiling's perspective, the sacrum should be level and the two sides of the waist should be equally long. Now, keeping this pelvis lower down, lower the pelvis to the floor and point the toes of the left leg. And often, once we come into the pose, it's hard to both keep the symmetry of the pelvis and to keep this front hip on the ground. If the front hip is not on the ground, and Kate's is, then it's very important that you bring the ground to the front hip. If that hip is hanging out in the air, it puts way too much weight upon the knee. So in that case, we would use a blanket or a block or whatever height was necessary to support this front hip to protect the knee. Now Kate has come into the full pose, so I'm going to have you walk up for just a moment because I want to talk for a moment about this front foot, so come all the way up. It's not important to get this front foot all the way forward. If you would like to, if you want a deeper sensation, you can, but there's no need to insist upon that. And I just want to really make that point because often people move this foot forward when their body isn't ready for it because they think that's the point of the pose. This actually puts more torque on the knee, and if you have open hips to begin with, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you move this foot forward, it's very important that you practice the action that Kate is showing right now, which is the action from the beginning of class and from the last pose as well. Press into the big toe mound and try and pull the outer border of the foot back. Now, if the foot is further back towards the opposite thigh, it's not as important to practice that action. And in fact, it's a little harder because if you try and pull the outer border of the foot back, you sort of bump into the mat. She's done a very good job of that, but just know it's a little harder when the foot is back here and also not quite as necessary to practice the fullness of that action. Okay, now go ahead and walk forward. And it's nice to walk the arms forward and keep pinning this front hip back into the midline. That's an action that we've worked on of taking the front hip towards the back heel as you roll the back hip forward and down. Final thing to think about is making sure that this back foot doesn't sickle, and sometimes it can be nice to have a block here guiding the big toes straight back.